What is happening? J Gamer Dude here, and we are going to be talking about Sword Art Online, specifically Sword Art Online Alternative, which I would argue is the best adaptation of Sword Art Online, because I feel like, season 1 of Sword Art Online was okay, and then it just was not all that entertaining. Sword Art Online Season 2 exists. Alicization was the best that it got. And then we got the progressive movies, which got even better than that, but none have eclipsed what Sword Art Online Alternative did back in 2018. And I still think of Alternative as the best animated adaptation of anything Sword Art Online related, largely because it just doesn't have Kirito in it and is surrounding a completely different group of characters. And the writing is just a lot better in general. But without all of that said and done, I cannot stress enough how excited I am that Season 2 has been announced for Alternative. And I am so excited. I am very, very much looking forward to this. Unfortunately, we don't get new Sword Art Online games when Alternative happens, so I don't think we'll be getting one for Alternative Season 2. I wish we do. But we'll see how that goes, because we've been getting a game pretty much for each sort of season. So like when Season 1 dropped, we got Hollow Fragment. When Season 2 of Sword Art Online dropped, we got what happened in Alfheim Online? It was Lost Song. We got Sword Art Online Lost Song. And then we did get Hollow Realization not long after that. That wasn't related to an anime adaptation, but we did get Gun Gale on. We did get one based on Gun Gale Online. However, that was sort of based off of the first half of Season 2. Based off of the first half of Season 2. So yeah, there was that as well. And I think with all of that said and done, like, it's exciting to see Sword Art Online Alternative exist in the animated world, because I feel like with Sword Art Online, I've never been a fan of it because Kirito is just not an interesting main character. At least I don't see him as like an interesting main character. And then all of the girls just kind of sort of flock around him, and almost, it just doesn't feel like as if it's really adding much. And I feel like I've lost a few too many brain cells, especially since the first episode of the original season was so very, very promising that ultimately did not live up to that promise. And it doesn't help that Yui was a character that did get introduced in that first season, and ever since she got introduced, everything has just gotten way too easy, and it just, it's unfortunate. I feel like more than anything else that the death game could not have been kept going on for longer, and I feel like it's kind of lost its identity a little bit, moving away from its original concept. Because if you want to keep the story going, I'm sure there would have been far more interesting ways to keep it going. And specifically talking about the anime adaptation, which is why progressive was a good way of going back to it, but also in relation to the games, we got Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. And Hollow Fragment was pretty much a massive what if that sort of final battle that got everyone out of Sword Art Online never happened. It was around floor 60 something, if I remember right. And so Hollow Fragment takes place from floor 70 up. So you start off at I think floor 68, 69, and then you go into floor 70, and then you have to travel each floor after that until you reach 100, which does take a decent amount of time. But yeah, I thought that was a neat idea and concept. Unfortunately, I kind of wish that was still very much part of their original vision, that they could have taken the storytelling a lot slower, and kind of what Progressive is doing now is pretty much a lot better than what that original series did. And Progressive also focuses on Asuna as the main character rather than Kirito. He's around, but he's not the main focus, which I feel like he is better off as a background character than a main character. But that's just kind of my perspective of how I see the general Sword Art Online series as a whole at the moment. Is that, to me, at the top it's going to be alternative, then just underneath that is the progressive movies, and then underneath that is Alicization, and then everything else. And even then, I'd put Alicization closer to everything else at this point, because of how bogged down the Underworld War arc ended up going, which is kind of like the second half of alternative that happens in the Underworld, essentially. Which is kind of like another virtual space where Alicization Licorice, I know I mispronounced that word, takes place. So I don't know, that's just kind of my thoughts on the series as a whole at the moment, but also wanted to share my excitement for Gun Gale Online. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Sword Art Online series, anything that I said or anything else along those lines. Put them in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel because I'd like my videos to go out to more people. And with all that said and done, I'll see you guys next time.